Good morning. Friday, July 11th, into the weekend. What a great week it's been. And of course, I'm sporting the Bitcoin hat here. All-time highs. All-time highs in Bitcoin, as we've been talking about here on the channel. Bullish catalyst and the price action supportive of higher lows, higher highs continuing as volatility continues to fall in Bitcoin and other trades as well. Tariff headlines overnight. Spin the wheel. You get a tariff or you get a tariff. Here's your number. Canada's the lucky recipient. So much for the elbows up campaign of a couple of months ago. But what does it mean for markets? Crank up the money printer, Mr. Tiff, and Bank of Canada again. Here we go. We can't wait. We were looking for an excuse, and now we got it back on. Can we get stimulating again? Sport these federal government deficits. We got a Bank of Canada meeting here at the end of the month. Current policy rate 2.75%, which is in line with the 5-year Government of Canada bond yield, 2.8 to 2.95% currently, which is really what impacts mortgage pricing, mortgage interest rates, is that 5-year bond in Canada. And a big percentage of people need to get renewals done here at these higher rates. Bank of Canada can control that shorter term variable rate, floating rate, but they can't do anything really about the longer term duration rates, those 5, 10, 20-year government bond yields, which is the thing we keep talking about. Eventually, they come back to the party like they did in 2020, and they buy that paper from the government because nobody else is going to want it. That's what's going to happen. How it plays out under what timeline, I have no idea, but all this stuff just accelerates under this backdrop. And who is the lucky winners? Who are the benefactors of this continued fiat policy mistake? The monetary and the fiscal spending excess in all these countries. Canada, you're the participant for the day. All-time highs in Bitcoin and US dollars. All-time highs in every major currency. Here is the price of Bitcoin in Canadian loonies. 161,000. Bitcoin hits 100,000 euro for the first time here today. Some of these currencies will debase quicker, like the Canadian, like the Japanese yen, as I talked about earlier in the week. So that means Bitcoin, gold, things that cannot be replicated with strokes on a keyboard, will go up faster in those denominated currencies than they otherwise would in something like the dollar. But they all debase on a similar time frame, and the takeaway is Bitcoin is here. It's the 5th biggest asset out there now. When you're looking at it from a standpoint of trades, gold, Nvidia, 4 trillion here in a week. Microsoft, Apple knocking on the door. Bitcoin at number 5 just overtook the Taiwanese dollar in its currency reserves. And I would make a prediction, which I hate doing, but I'm going to predict, before 2025 is over, it overtakes the Canadian currency as well and moves up another few spots in that fiat ranking. Mr. Bitcoin Company, MicroStrategy, what a run it's having here. And I think it's only starting with the pending inclusion into the S&P 500 next quarter. 435-ish on strategy here today. MSTR, the common stock. Put this nice little trade idea out there to some of our members about a month ago, suggesting how you could look at a small position in your portfolio in MicroStrategy call options, small percentage, like 100, 150 basis points, not investing advice, just educational, entertainment purposes only. But these call options here today, particularly these 500 calls, they are nicely in the money, up over 150% since we put that on. That's what I got for you today. It's going to be a great weekend, and it's going to be a great week next week as well. I can't wait to keep going with these. I will see you next week. Have a great one. Cheers.